Um, well, I can't remember where we left off yesterday. I essentially called you yesterday to follow up on the email that you sent on Monday.
Yeah.
And essentially, I do want to validate and put out there that your concerns are truly valid, and you have to do what you have to do. If you feel like your children are in danger, right? But unfortunately, because of the scope of my job as just a community-based advocate, especially in the DV sense, there's not much I can do. This is beyond not only the scope of DV, but about what I can do. I can forward you. I know that I had already sent you other resources, but essentially in the case of your children, which it seems that what is most important for you right now, I can't submit a report. First off, because they are in a different state. Secondly, because there needs to be more information to make a report, right? And I think I told you yesterday, the way I make a report is the same way anyone else makes a report. So you are more than welcome to file a report on your own, if you so wish. I just don't think that there is anything that I can do in that aspect, because my role is focused on counseling and advocacy regarding domestic violence. And your needs are higher than what I am able to help you with, and I'm more than happy to find other resources to connect you with, but there's nothing I can do in this case.
Okay, so I guess my issue is that I'm having a really hard time even getting the police to take any of the police reports seriously first, and then second, it's kind of hard to get where do I have to go or what do I have to do to be and feel safe? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like the more and more I push, the more and more I feel unsafe.
And that is very real, right? That is a very real concern, because you have many other factors, involved. Right. Unfortunately, I would only be able to help with the counseling of domestic violence, and it seems like what your needs are much higher, right? We are dealing with sexual assault, we're dealing with stalking, even human trafficking. And as much as I would like to support you with all of that, there is nothing I can do other than send you the resources that I think we've already sent. Right? And I understand that it could be very discouraging, especially going to the police and not taken seriously. But I, unfortunately, at least in the DV aspect,
okay,
there is not much I have even knowledge about, right? So if you were trying to pursue and find safety, right, regarding the sexual assault, regarding the stalking and human trafficking, in my ethical and professional obligation, the best thing that I could do is send you other resources for human trafficking. And I know that you're working with CCASA and Blue Bench. They are the specialists in the sexual assault side. But in the DV side, there are many more factors that go beyond the scope in which what I could support.
Okay. So with CCASA, I guess I'm having a really hard time getting a hold of anybody. They just keep referring me out to other people. So what exactly is their role? Because I don't feel like I'm working with them at all. I feel like they send me information to they're just all they are is a network, like a what is it called? A resource advocate. That's all they do, is they just give you resources. Is that what they're supposed to do? I mean, because from the sounds of it, they sound like they do a lot more. Because I'm kind of getting like, I'm frustrated. I don't know who to talk to at this point.
And yes, I understand, and especially because it's been so long, right? You've been working with a lot of people for a long time. I honestly would not be able to tell you. I have what is like a similar understanding to what they do, right? Like they would connect you to resources that they believe would be, the most helpful resources that, for example, I wouldn't have access to because I am not, the specialist in sexual assault. I truly don't know. Like I think that if they were to give you those resources, maybe it's because they think that those would be the most helpful.
Okay.
What I can do, I can send you a link with the child abuse and neglect hotline.
Okay.
But and I just think it would be a disservice for you. I know that you've put a lot of energy and time and effort, working with each and every one of us.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be kind of counterproductive, to put all that effort in and not receive anything, right?
Okay.
So I know that you are a great self-advocate, and you continue to, network and seek your own needs. And I would just encourage you to continue to do that. If they are giving you some resources, I don't know exactly what they are.
Okay.
But if they could be helpful in any way, at least they could lead you to maybe someone who knows a little bit more, right? And I also want to acknowledge, and I think I said this from the very beginning, especially working with systems, it's very complicated, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very complicated, and that is like a big issue in this country, almost in the world, right? Because these laws, these stipulations, nothing was meant to be easy. They didn't make it very accessible, and they make it extra difficult, right? They make it extra difficult because they need certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you've already tried working with police. There's not much they can do without, for example, evidence, without documentation, without stamps and all of that. Right? So it is a very difficult situation working with systems.
Okay. All right. So, I don't know.
And I'm very sorry. I know this is a lot of information and probably not what you wanted to hear, but I think it would be like the most helpful for you to know like the truth without,
all right,
having that false hope.
I guess my next question is that, so if I believe at one point in time you said that if I needed help or whatever, that you possibly could come with me or meet me somewhere and go with me to the police department to like make this, because I don't feel safe going by myself. I definitely feel like it's going to be when there's going to be the most stuff, like when I'm on the phone the day after is awful. Like I'll probably get a little bit of backlash tomorrow. From, and I don't know how to explain it, but like, so is now an advocate, that's what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to like help me get there, help me do these things, right? Because I'm still having some issue with getting some of this. Like, I'd want to feel safe going. I want to feel comfortable going.
Yes, that is very understandable. First off, I want to ask what you are trying to report. Is it the children?
No, well, I mean, it's more stuff with myself. I mean, obviously I can't, I still, if my kids are missing, then I still have to wait some time because they're adults. So it's not like I can just be like, hey, I haven't, they're not responding. They're not checking their messages. I can't just do that because they're adults. So it has to be like some time that they have to be missing. So that I can't do right yet. So I just have to focus on myself. And that means that like there, all the way down to like even the finding out, like getting actually the report number to the DVs that I have reported in like in the ones in Aurora, like just getting the case number to those.
So you've already reported and you just want the case number?
Yeah. And like when I call, it's like one person said there isn't anything. The next person gave me a different case number. And then another person said that there's something. I don't know what the heck she said. I can't really remember, but it was kind of like frustrating because she said there was a case number. There was a couple of them, but I wasn't the victim in them. So I'm not really sure what she meant by that. But
Okay.
I'm not where all I want is the case number to the like, and like I need help. Like I don't know how to navigate the system. I thought there was like navigators. There's people that are supposed to help me do this, and I feel like I should not have to do this by myself.
Yes, of course. Of course. I'm trying to think what would be like the most helpful and the most empowering way to help you and support you. Even I'm thinking, even if someone were to accompany you, I just want you to like know that we don't, because we are confidential services, we cannot like, we don't much less represent you. We can't speak. We're just there.
I know that
so you are not alone.
That's what I need.
The second thing is, I guess I want to learn a little bit more about what you want to report, or what like the case numbers. Is it like the sexual assault?
So there's a few rapes and there's a DV. There should be 2 DVs in Aurora, and there should be a couple sexual assaults. There should be 1 in Aurora, and then I'm still trying to figure out whether when I could report in Littleton or when I need to report again in in Inglewood. But when I called the Littleton police, so when I Google map it, it says that it's Littleton, but when I talk to the police officer, it says it could be Inglewood. So I have to go get the lines cleared and as to which jurisdiction that's in. So it's frustrating because I don't know again who to talk to. Like when it's not like when I call they're being assholes to me. I feel like the one cop the email that he just recently sent back to me was basically I need to get over it and go fuck myself and get therapy.
Yeah. I'm sorry he said that, and it was very frustrating, and I really hope you don't take this as like I told you so, but this is like a reason why I encourage you like a lot to pursue, behavioral health at like Denver Health and all of that, because that is their perception, and that is usually like the response, right? Which is not okay, but they can justify themselves saying that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I need. This is what I thought CICASA did. I thought that they were the ones who could clarify the laws, because I get, when I don't have representation, it's not like I know how I can even try to talk to them about this, because as far as I know, I mean, what do I have to videotape my own rape? Is that what I have to do in order for this to get done? Do I have to videotape them assaulting me? Like, what is it that I have to do to get a cop to move?
Yeah.
Or am I just have to keep being their victim?
I'm so sorry, and sorry you feel that way, and it's very valid. And again, the laws and the system was some people say it was intentionally created that way, but it is a big structure, right? There is a lot of requirements that they ask for, which is not, helpful. It's not very trauma informed or something that is possible, right, when you are in the middle of that situation.
Right.
Can you give me 1 second while I'll put you on a brief hold?
Okay.
Okay, give me 1 second.
So this is the therapist from Denver Safe House, or the license. I don't know. I guess she's a therapist. She does counseling for the Denver Safe House. So never did anything wrong. I want to keep it. I want to. I'm on hold. I gotta call my mom here shortly. Those are my babies. That's my son. That's my daughter. That one's my son. That's both of them. That's my daughter. That's my son. That's both of them. And this one is my son. And that one is my daughter. And that one's the day my son was born, with my daughter seeing my son for the first time. If my roommate comes in, I might have to put this on regular phone, so it kind of sucks, but. So we're going to have to go in, and I want to see this because we're going to go in here. Wait a minute. Hold on, I lost you. I figured out how to screen share. I think we figured that out last week. But. All right, so we're going to go here. We're going to go here.
Hello, Susan?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I had to step out to ask my supervisor. I wasn't sure, first off, if we would be able to, go outside of Denver. Our jurisdiction is within Denver. And unfortunately, there is no approval. I didn't get the approval to go outside of Denver. But again, I did want to reiterate like the resources with CCASA. There's also Project Safeguard. They are court accompaniment or legal accompaniment, and also the Rosanum Center. Unfortunately, I think the Rosanum Center does have to be like within Denver, right? But within the Rosanum Center, they also have the police department inside the building.
Yeah, I need that one. Okay, well then, can I just get you to email me those resources?
Yes. And I would encourage you to look back into like the resources that the CCASA or Fitch that you, and also continuing to advocate for yourself as well as you have throughout this process with them.
Okay. All right. Then I guess I'll do that.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I know that you're going to do great. You are great at advocating for yourself.
Well, I appreciate that.
Have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right. Thank you. And that's what I get told all the time.
We are the Colorado Coalition Against Sexual Assault, or CCASA for short. Founded with the mission to end sexual violence, CCASA provides support, advocacy, and resources for survivors. We strive to create a world where sexual assault is no longer tolerated and survivors receive the justice and care they deserve. Our advocacy work is at the heart of what we do. By collaborating with communities, lawmakers, and organizations, we push for policies that protect and empower survivors. Join us in our mission to make Colorado safer for all. Learn more and get involved at www.ccasa.org. Together, we can make a difference.
I gotta take a shower here soon. I gotta go and.
Hello to all the past, present, and future supporters of the Colorado Coalition Against Sexual Assault. I'm Elizabeth, and I'm the Policy Director at CICASA. I wanted to take a few minutes to highlight our policy advocacy work and express our coalition's profound gratitude to our supporters. CICASA has decades of success in advancing policy and systems change on behalf of survivors and those who support them in Colorado. Our donors and members help CICASA bring our values of centering survivors, advancing equity and accountability, and promoting respect to the state capitol. With your help, we have passed laws giving survivors new rights, supporting survivors from vulnerable populations, expanding pathways to justice, and creating safer communities. Your unwavering support leads the way for this transformative change. Some of the new survivor rights we've created include the right to break the lease if they no longer feel safe in their home, the right to have evidence collected even if they're unsure whether they want law enforcement involved, the right to know where that evidence collection kit is, whether it's been tested, and how long it's going to be held. Our work to increase protection for vulnerable communities includes helping create a new state office focused on missing and murdered Indigenous relatives, securing protection from arrests and charges for sex workers so that they're able to go to the hospital, call 911, or report to police if they've experienced violent crimes, including sexual assault, and modernizing criminal law to address youth sexting in a way that protects victims and holds youth who are engaged in abusive behavior accountable in a developmentally appropriate way. We've also expanded access to justice. We know many survivors need time to come forward and seek justice. So we have extended the statute of limitations for adults who experience sexual violence and eliminated it entirely for children who have been victimized so that they are able to come forward when they're ready. And we created accountability for organizations and institutions that allow children in their care to be abused. While we work to make sure that survivors get the resources they need, we are also passing policies to create safer communities by establishing policies, procedures, and training for schools to make sure that schools prevent and respond to harassment and discrimination of students from kindergarten through high school, including but not limited to sexual harassment and assault, as well as creating protections from sexual misconduct for students on college campuses. We've ensured that schools who teach sex ed do so in a way that is evidence-based, non-biased, and teaches about consent and healthy relationships. And we've required healthcare providers to inform their patients if the provider committed sexual misconduct, and required hospitals and doctors to get explicit, informed consent when they are examining a patient's intimate areas while they're vulnerable under anesthesia. None of this would have been possible without you, our dedicated partners in this journey. Together, we've had an immense impact on survivors' ability to seek justice, safety, and healing. With your support, we have created a Colorado that fosters more healthy, respectful, and consensual interactions. Your trust, generosity, and unwavering commitment to our cause have made Colorado safer and more equitable. As we look ahead, we do so with profound gratitude for your support, knowing that we can continue to make a difference in the lives of survivors and our communities. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. If you'd like to get involved with CICASA, check the description of this video to learn more.
So anyways, these are one of the hardest groups to reach out to. They don't like it. They don't really respond to shit. They send you to somebody else. They don't, I think they just collect money. I mean, they don't do anything. So like, somebody had told me that they're like the leader in this, and this is who you go to, and then Blue Bench is the place that you go to for all the other stuff. So you go to talk to these people, and they tell you talk to this person. Like I could show you the emails that I've sent to like everybody in the office, and it's here talk to this person, here talk to that person, here talk to this person, here talk to that person, here talk to this person, here talk to that person. So when you talk to them, they don't really have an answer for you. I don't feel like even the cops have an answer. And you look at it in the movies, and it's not that it's anything new. It's been that way, except for in Law and Order, where Law and Order has this, the superhero special victims units. But you see it like when you watch like America's Most Wanted. If you like look at America's Most Wanted, some of the parents had to do a lot. Like this person had to do a lot. They had to go above and beyond, which is now taking the TV part of it and putting it, the real life part of it, above and beyond to get the cops to do anything. Like they had to really press the cops hard to get the cops to move. So, yeah, that's where it's at, I guess, is I have to start pressing the cops. So the internet says that once I've talked to the detective and I've spoken to the detective above him, or his boss, so I talked to the person, the detective, and then I've talked to his boss. So, and I've even talked to the chief of police. So now I have to call the internal I've got to figure that one out again. I can't remember what it's called. It's like internal investigative agency or something like that. And I have to do a report that way, which will be on video. I got to do that. I probably should do that right now, but I'll make a separate video of that one. So anyways, I mean, you see that this is when parents start to go crazy. Except for the fact that I have 2 kids, I'm not going crazy. I think that probably going to see a therapist is probably in my best bet, just to, do whatever I need to do. So, but I'm told I have to stop my whole life, because by the end of September, I'm going to be either dead, in jail, or homeless again. I'm going to be beat up by all of the people in Colorado, apparently. So apparently everybody in Colorado is going to start assaulting me. So it looks like I'll have more police reports, and I'm calling every single time. Another one was I'm going to be beat up badly in jail, which is kind of the reason. So that's not the reason I go to work. I think there's a guy from my work that's taking the day off when I take the day off, which is kind of sketchy. I'm not 100%, but he just, I swear I saw him on the bus after work yesterday. The fucked up part about it is that he drives, so it's kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of sketchy. It kind of sketches me out. So as far as I know, there's the other guy who used to work with me, who I see on the bus all the time. But he used to work with me. He doesn't work there now. And if he's wherever he's going, I don't know. So wherever he goes, there's still, hold on. So wherever he goes, he gets on the bus and he gets off when he goes past my stop. And I don't see where the other guy got off, but anyways, I swear he was on the bus yesterday. And the weird thing is he like intentionally got in line behind me, but not like directly behind me. But like, okay, obviously you have to get in line behind me, but like, I was trying to pick stuff up. So like somebody got in between us. So there was somebody in between us, but he like got right behind me, and I wasn't trying to really stare at him to see if it was him, but anyways. Oh my God, sorry. My eyes are super itchy at the moment. So I just have to, so let's see. I got a new video of some sort. Not video, but. So this one is. So let's see. So I was told, I'm not really sure what this is, but it does look like what it is. So I think I've said this before. I was told that my son had his penis cut off. And I wish I could get this to focus better, but there you go. So this is like a piece of meat, in an alternator, or what it's not really in an alternator because they're pulling it out of a hose full of fuel from a car. Now you can't see it very well, but I really wish you could see this better. But I don't really know what it looks like when you chop off whatever, an anatomy part, but it kind of can look like one. Like, so it starts from here, goes up this way over to here. So, but I was told that over the next month, over September, I'm going to see all of the video of my son and the abuse he's taken, so that when it happens to me, I'll be ready for it. So the first part of it is this one too. It doesn't really show anything. It's just like the car parts that it's in. So they pulled this hose off down here, right here, and it like is in between the two. I don't know how it got in there. I don't really know. I'm not. But yeah. So there's that. That's all I know. I don't know. I'm really not trying to read into too much, but there's this one of my son. This was my son. Now it looks like he's just dead on the side of the road. Let's see. So where I'm taking these classes at, I was told that they are going to. Well, supposedly I'm going to be threatened. So when I go over there, I don't really know how all this stuff works. I'm really not sure. But when it happens, I could actually show you how I figure this out. It would be amazing. But I can't. I don't know how to. If I could, that would make my whole life a lot easier. Anyways, so I am doing what I can to advocate for myself, and that's that. And if somebody's going to get mad at me, I know nobody's watching this. So the best part about it is, while there's still 0 views on this, today is 2:57 and it's September 11th and it's 2024. So while there's still 0 views, I'm going to note this. Nobody's watching this. There's nobody in my room. Ready? I'll show you. So my roommate's not here. And there's nobody here but me. I'll do one more time just for safe measures and show you the floor too. So there's the floor, bed, floor, door, bathroom, closets. And go back to me. There's windows over here, but I'll show you this room and you're going to see windows. See? Okay. I'm talking quiet enough that there's people in the next room. I should be able to hear them speaking. If I could hear them, they could hear me. If they can hear me, I could hear them. This video is rather long, so I'm going to end it because it's almost at 40 minutes. But I just wanted to make this. While there's 0 viewers, if I come back and I say, like, this is why I know that there's times that I say like they said today my mom's going to go missing is because I'm putting a timestamp on the harassment that I'm getting. And I know that sounds really crazy, but it helps me know when it happened. Hopefully it's, this doesn't end up like everything else and ends up being hacked and taken away from me. But this is all my evidence that I have that I'm documenting this. I'm of sound mind. I didn't go to work today because I have a bit of anxiety. And like I said, the one person is kind of a problem, and it's really not a problem while we're at work. We don't talk too much, which is kind of weird that it happens to be this particular person, but it's there anyways. So I have to go take a shower. Like I said, I'm at 40 minutes. So, it's a rather long video, but anyways, I hope everybody has a good night. Bye. Okay. Whoa, I thought this ended. Anyways.